Hey guys, this is an early bit of video. Just wanted to show you this. This is our new girl that only arrived last night. Crumbs is her name, and I especially wanted to bring you the video so early in the ride because just look at her. Kyle's one-handed, as he always is, but to set out one-handed like this, gosh, she's a good one. You can tell straight away, guys. I mean, I'll reserve more judgment because obviously we're very early on in the ride, but you know, you do get a real good feeling about a horse. Obviously she's passed all our checks to get here anyway, so we know that, but you know, you want to see how they're reacting on their first ride and in a new environment. And so far Kyle's he's tacked up alone, and I'm on Sandy. Where the jumping horses live, that's about half a mile around the lane, away from where the cobs are. So Kyle tacked up, mounted alone. Did you get on off the block, Kyle? Yeah, straight on off the block and hacked out up here alone. So she's setting the bar for her, guys. Just remember, I mean, excuse Kyle and his chaps and his wellies, but guys, it's freezing and muddy, so needs must. I've got a cart there. This is the first car past her. So early on in the set, I'll let you go in front a little bit, Kyle. There you go, straight in the front. Just bearing in mind, guys, that Kyle is 6'2", 6'1.5" maybe. He's a tall lad anyway, and he's not he's not a skinny. You know, you see some that are very tall and very, very slim. And she's taken his size very well. I haven't measured her before we set out. It should be 14.2, 14.3 maybe. But you know, these horses are so hard to find, and I refuse to compromise on quality. So they take a lot of finding, and they're more than worth their weight. Right guys, so I'm going to bring the video a little bit later through the ride. Actually, I'll leave it on for a second, let the van come past. So you've seen what we're seeing, guys. This is assessments, and this is her first time stepping out onto the road. Not a bother. Hacking confidently in front. Exactly everything we want to see, guys. Really chuffed. Okay, to be continued. Right guys, so we're still out, continued on the hack. We've done all the road work. We've had quite a bit of quite a bit of traffic passes on the roads actually. We've just had the biggest lorry, like a big curtain sider. She was absolutely good as gold with that. We've had a cattle trailer, we've had vans, and she's led the whole way very confidently. Excuse Sandy making a bit of a groaning noise. Yeah, she's been very confident, very bold. Literally, Kyle's just piloted and just sat there. She sort of took him for a hack. There's no way on this earth you would have said that this horse only arrived last night and it's her first hack out. She's obviously one of those confident, happy hacking horses. And I would say, I mean, her old owner, they've hacked her out lots and lots alone, and I would most definitely say from what we've seen today, well, you don't even know I'm hacking out with her. I've been this far behind. So those of you that are looking for a horse that genuinely hacks out alone, I would say that this horse is going to be in that category, guys. So she, as I was saying, she passed her vet check yesterday, which was great. The vet said, actually, the vet said there was lots to like about her. Then a couple of things to mention is that she'd had mites in the past, but obviously not now. I think that was about it, actually. I don't even think there was any other advisories on there. So yeah, flew through her vetting. I've also had access to her vet records. She's been on the same home for the past 3.5 years. All she's had in that time is her teeth done. She was vaccinated again yesterday. She's had a yearly or maybe 6-monthly injection for mites, which is very common for a cob to have, just to keep those away, and absolutely nothing. So clean bill of health, guys. So that's great. So what she's been doing is mainly hacking, fun rides. She's actually done hunter trials and she's been used to hunt. They actually said that she was super to be used to do the gates and all that sort of stuff when you're out hunting. She's very sensible like that. Just hang on, guys, I'm just going to catch up because Sandy's getting a little bit tenser, and we've got a very fresh horse here. The joys of warm bloods in the winter, no turnout. Actually, speaking of no turnout, Crumbs, Kyle, can you just hang on there for me, mate? He's got his headphones in. Kyle, just wait there for me. Okay, I'm caught up. So yeah, speaking of no turnout, Crumbs is currently in 24/7, so that's a good show of her character, isn't it? Just how good she is. So she's in 24/7 because their yard have no winter turnout. But she's good to shoe. She's good to load. She was excellent to load and travel yesterday. She arrived late last night in the stable in the dark. She's a nice, willing horse, as you can see. Her old owner said she's great and he'll have a go at absolutely everything. She's great out jumping when she's hunting as well. Fun rides. We've got her in a snaffle. She's obviously quite a nice, forward-thinking cob, but as you can see, very sensible. Kyle's one-handed again. So we have to turn around here now, guys, so I'm going to come off this for my safety because Sandy's going to be a bit sharp, and I'll pick up this video just as we've turned around a little bit later. Right, guys, so luckily I'm on now, safe and sound, back onto the road, off the soft ground. Last time I tried to video on that soft ground on Sandy, we had a bit of a oopsie. It does happen, guys, with these warm bloods that are a bit fresh. So we've been out now for about 1 hour and 20 minutes, and exactly what I thought she was at the beginning of the ride. Super little mare. I say little mare, actually, guys, as I was said before, you know, you've got to think of Kyle's size. He's 6'1.5", 6'2", 14 stone, and just look at that. She carries him absolutely fantastically. So those of you that are perhaps looking at, you know, in your mind you were thinking of a 15-hander, then I wouldn't look past her, guys. So I think any of you that are sort of 5'7", 5'8" are gonna look really good on her. Just one sec, guys, because this is Laura and I need to speak to her. Oh, she's voicing to me saying she's turning round. Sorry, guys, I thought Laura was going. I just needed to say to speak to her, so sorry about that. Right, so yeah, those of you that are looking, like I say, for 15 hands and above, certainly look at her, because she really does carry a taller rider very well. As I was saying, Kyle's 14 stone and she's carrying him super. So she's definitely that cob with a job who obviously enjoys her work. I mean, if you look at her, she's hacked boldly and confidently the whole way round in front. Kyle mostly just with one hand. This is exactly what we want to see for a horse. I mean, her first ride, guys, you would just never ever know that this is her first ride here. You just wouldn't. You wouldn't think she's been here less than 24 hours and she's hacking out like this. Bearing in mind she started off the hack alone. She rode round to us, which is, you know, half a mile, perhaps a little bit more. Left the yard, no problem, trotted round, and didn't even blink an eyelid. We've had quite a bit of traffic passes, as I've said. we've now cantered up the track. The reason we go down that track is just to test them in the canter. She's snaffle mouth with us today, but you know, she's not a lazy cob. She's quite a nice, like, active forward cob, but that's what you want, guys. For those of you, you know, these sort of lazier cobs that need another horse perhaps to take the lead, those are the ones that find it a little bit more difficult to hack alone. When you've got one like her that's nice and bold and enthusiastic as she has been. When I say enthusiastic, not excitable or anything like that, guys, just, I mean, if you can look, Kyle's just literally piloting, so she's more than happy to hack up in front. So there's definitely those are the sort that make good hacking alone horses. As I say, we will obviously assess her hacking alone. This is her first assessment, as you know, so but I would feel confident that she is the sort that would fly past her, fly through her hacking alone assessments. As I say, that's what she's done in the old home as well. She's been there 3.5 years, so you know, when they've come from long-term homes, it's always great. That's my preference. All, you know, every time is my preference for them to come from a long-term home. So we've got lots of history with them. They've not been passed around. I understand that sometimes they are for no fault of their own, but if they haven't, even better. So keep your eye out for more videos and info on Crumbs, but just bear in mind, guys, I trawl through hundreds of messages and lots of horses to try and find horses like her. So once I do get them, just know that they've passed all of their tests to get here, especially our new procedure now. It's even tighter for the horses to qualify to get to us. That's why we have less of them, guys, because most of them don't just qualify to get here. Okay, and those of you asking price range, she's going to be in the black heart price range, so if you need info on that, just drop me a message.